Hey guys, it's Mr. Walker here, and I realize that today you can hear me, but you can't see me, and that's okay. You probably consider yourself lucky for a day. But what we're going to do today, I'm going to do a couple quick little intro problems with you real quick, and then you guys are actually going to watch a Khan Academy video because Mr. Khan really, he covers this concept really well and in a different sort of way. So we're going to kind of see the same concept done with like two different strategies. So you guys will follow along with me for a couple minutes first, and then you go on and watch a video from him, and then you'll be good to go as far as this concept is concerned. Before I get started real quick, it'd be a good idea for you to grab out your thousands place value chart, and then have like that personal whiteboard or something to write on, something to write with, and then we're going to go through just a couple examples real quick. And once you have those things and you're ready to go, click continue, and we'll get started. All right, so what we're going to talk about briefly is multiplying a single digit by 10 or 100 or a multiple of 10 basically. And we're going to be representing that a couple different ways, and one way is going to be using the place value chart. And we can see how when we multiply by 10 or when we multiply by 100 or we multiply by 1,000, how that's going to change the number that we're dealing with or the number that we started with. So let's start things off small, and let's just say I was going to do 3 times 10. Now, right off the bat, you might know the answer to this one. It's pretty easy to do in our head, but I want to kind of show you some of the math behind it, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here to the place value chart, and I'm going to draw 3 ones. 1, 2, 3, right? Because that's what we're starting with, and we're multiplying that by 10. And we know that every jump that we make on the place value chart, when we come from one place value to the next, that basically equates to multiplying by 10. Okay, so if we were to multiply those 3 ones times 10, we're going to end up with 3 tens, which is the same as 30. So 3 times 10 is going to give us 30. Okay, easy enough. What about if we had 3 times 100? So 3 times 100, we could think of that as 10 times 10. Okay, 100 is the same as 10 times 10. So let me grab a different color now to illustrate this one. I'll do this guy in purple. So let's say I started with my 3 ones, and I want to multiply by 100, right? So this first jump here would be multiplying by 10. Okay, and that would give me 3 tens. And then I would have to do one more jump, which would be multiplying by another 10, which would be the same as multiplying by 100, which would give me now 3 hundreds because I'm in the hundreds place. So 3 times 100 would be 300, right? Easy enough. This is kind of some easy review stuff that you guys have probably seen before. All right, and then the same would be true for 1,000. If I did 3 times 1,000, what would that end up being? Exactly, it would be 3,000 because I would have to make 1, 2, 3 jumps to get to our thousands place, right? All right, single digit, not too bad to do, right? Let's look at one more thing real quick. What if this time, instead of a single digit, I had a double digit, like 15, and I wanted to do 15 times 10? What would that equal to? All right, well, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put the number 15 on my place value chart. Okay, so 15 would have 1 10, and it would have 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move them all over one spot in the place value chart because I'm multiplying by 10. And as we said, one jump in the place value chart is the same as multiplying by 10. So these guys, I'm going to multiply them by 10. And I'm going to end up with now 5 tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Because I moved them over. And then I'm going to have to move this guy over here. So now if I look at my new number, so multiply them by 10, I would have 100. I would have 5 tens, which would be 50. And I wouldn't have any ones anymore because these ones got moved over. So my answer would be 150. Okay, so that's multiplying by 10. You can also start to notice something here with the 0, but I think we'll cover that in the Khan Academy video next. All right? Same thing if I was going to do 15 times 100. Again, I'm going to have to move each of these 2 spots, right? Because one jump would be 10, and another jump would be times 10 again, which would be 100. Just to illustrate this in another color, if I represented my 15 here on the place value chart, and I would have to multiply by 100, which I wrote 10 in the first time, but 15 times 100. So I'm going to move this guy one spot for 10, and then another spot for 100. Okay, so this is times 10, this is times 10. Overall, this would be times 100. And when I do that, I'm going to get 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I did the same thing to this guy here, 1 spot for 10, 2 spots for 100. It's going to end up here. So now I would have 1,000. I would have 5 hundreds. I wouldn't have any 10s. I wouldn't have any 1s. Okay? So 15 times 100 would be 1,500. So you guys can kind of see, using the place value chart, how we can represent and illustrate these multiplication problems when we're multiplying by 10 or 100 or 1,000. So next up, you guys are going to watch a quick video from Khan Academy, and you're going to see how you can use another strategy to get some of the same answers or find the same solutions. So check that one out, and then as always, please let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. If you need any extra practice or any extra help on anything, or if you want something a little more challenging, just reach out and let me know, and I look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. All right, thanks. We'll talk to you soon.